Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we take a mountain of sources, sift through the noise, and extract the knowledge you need, usually with a generous dose of surprise.
Glad to be here.
Today, we are deep diving into the world of Genoa City, where a real-life celebration is about to spark massive fictional chaos. We're talking daytime drama.
Indeed. We are focused squarely on the news surrounding the young and the restless, specifically the imminent, though temporary, departure of a major character, Lily Winters.
Right.
And this isn't just a simple casting break. This is kind of a masterclass in how a soap opera uses real-life events to trigger fictional storylines designed for maximum impact.
That's exactly right. Our mission today is to unpack the entire stack of sources regarding Christelle Khalil's upcoming hiatus as Lily Winters. We need to confirm the real-life reason, pin down the probable filming timeline based on the show's notorious production schedule, and most fascinatingly, analyze the detailed speculation concerning the ripple effect on her ex-husband, Kane Ashby.
And the sources reveal that the writers really see this as a gold-plated opportunity. Lily's lengthy absence instant creates a vacuum around Kane.
Yeah, a big one.
Despite his desperate hopes for a Lane reunion, with Lily off-screen for months, he is suddenly available for new, potentially combustible romantic pairings.
He'll be looking for something.
He'll be seeking comfort, attention, or just physical affection, and in Genoa City, all three usually lead to disaster, or at least, major drama.
And when a long-running character is forced off-screen, the consequences for those left behind are usually spectacular. Let's unpack this dramatic timing, starting with the very personal reason for this departure, #TagI, the real-world reason for Lily Winters' exit. So the core revelation here is lovely news. Actress Christelle Khalil, who plays Lily Winters, is pregnant and will be taking maternity leave soon.
Yes, wonderful news for her.
It's a happy event, but the way the news broke is pure behind-the-scenes magic. It wasn't a formal announcement, was it?
Not at all. It was totally accidental, an organic reveal courtesy of a co-star's Instagram post.
Really?
The news came out thanks to Courtney Hope, who plays the fiery Sally Spectra. She posted a video of the Young and the Restless cast and crew celebrating Halloween by doing a massive synchronized Thriller dance.
Wait, hold on. The entire cast, from Newman to Abbott, doing the Thriller dance, that's a magnificent visual and honestly a great way to start this deep dive.
It set the tone immediately, and Christelle Khalil was right there in the video dancing along, but she was unmistakable.
You could tell.
Oh, yeah. She was clearly visible, openly cradling her very nice big round baby bump, even pointing to it excitedly while moving.
Wow.
It was the definitive proof, that she was heading toward a substantial maternity leave. The sheer visibility meant any doubt about her impending time off just vanished.
That provides such a great contrast. A moment of fun Halloween frivolity leading to the revelation that will dictate the next 6 months of serious soap opera drama.
Exactly.
And our sources provide some necessary context for this exciting time in Christelle Khalil's life. This is not her first experience with motherhood.
That's right. This will be her third child. She's already a mother to a 15-year-old son.
15.
And a much younger 1-year-old son.
So she's got her hands full already.
Definitely. And based on the visible size of her bump and the general gossip circulating, the sources are leaning toward this baby being boy number 3 for her.
Another boy.
Seems like it. She is clearly going to be very busy once the baby arrives.
Knowing that this is her third child gives us a stronger sense of the timeline, too. If she was openly showing a big round bump in a video posted recently, that allows the soap opera sleuths to do their expert guessing game on her due date.
Precisely. The sources estimated that based on the visibility and size of the bump in the video, she was likely 7 to 8 months along.
Okay, that far along already.
Yeah. So standard maternity predictions follow from there. If she's already that far along, she would be wrapping up filming relatively quickly.
Makes sense.
The strong projection is that she will be giving birth around the end of the year, give or take. Maybe late December, early January.
So we have the real-world event, a birth expected within weeks or maybe a couple of months at most. The actress needs to stop filming probably very soon.
Right.
But this is where the logistics of daytime television complicate everything. The audience won't see Lily leave when Christelle films her last scene. There's that lag, right? Tag 2. The soap opera logistics and storyline context.
That's the critical piece of information. The production schedule for The Young and the Restless is famous for its lag time. They have a standard 4-week tape-to-air delay.
4 weeks. So if Christelle Khalil films her final scenes right now, say in late November, The audience won't see Lily actually leave Genoa City until late December or even early January.
Exactly, almost a month later.
So the timeline for the fictional departure is stretched out. And our sources suggest the show is strategically aiming for maximum dramatic effect here, leveraging a key ratings period.
Exactly. They're not just reacting, they're planning. If she films her last scenes around the holidays, Kane will likely be saying goodbye to his ex-wife on air in early 2026.
Early 2026.
Which, as you said, the timing is perfect because it aligns precisely with February sweeps.
Oh, sweeps. Man.
Yeah. And for the listener who might be a casual viewer, sweeps is that time of year starting in late January and running through February when networks pull out all the stops.
Big storylines, big drama.
They intensify their storylines, air their biggest stunts, and introduce their most dramatic twists to capture ratings. It's a huge deal for advertisers.
This means the writers aren't just scrambling for an exit. They are calculating the precise moment to launch Kane's ensuing drama into a ratings bonanza.
Absolutely.
It means Lily's departure won't be a quiet farewell. It will be a deliberate, high-stakes split designed to kick off something major for Kane.
And that strategic calculation suggests they learned a valuable lesson from the last time Christelle Khalil took leave.
Oh, how so?
Well, our sources are very critical of her previous exit for the birth of her second son. They called it a very clumsily written exit.
Really? Clumsy how? Let's detail that precedent, because it sets the emotional stakes for the current absence.
Yeah.
What was the flimsy excuse they used last time?
The cover story was that Lila had to rush off to see her daughter, Maddie Ashby, who was played by Lexi Stevenson at the time. The reason given was a wildfire that was threatening Maddie's boarding school.
A wildfire. Okay, that does sound a bit random.
Right. The critique was that it felt generic, rushed, and totally inorganic to the emotional drama of Genoa City. It was clearly a last-minute scramble to get the character off the canvas. Just felt like, oops, gotta write her out quick.
And the consequence of that flimsy, rapid departure was massive emotional fallout when she returned. We must remind the audience about the heartbreak that ensued while Lily was gone. That wasn't small.
The heartbreak was immense. Lily was dating Daniel Romalotti at the time, a beloved longtime legacy character, you know, the son of Danny Romalotti and Phyllis Summers.
Right, a fan-favorite pair.
Yeah, he was a stable, loving presence in Lily's life. However, while Lily was away dealing with the wildfire situation,
Daniel grew way too close to Heather Stevens, who was working as his lawyer at the time.
Ah, the classic lawyer closeness trope. That proximity and professional relationship quickly spiraled into something intimate, right?
It did. That closeness ultimately caused the entire relationship to break down. It led to the split between Lily and Daniel upon her return.
Devastating for Lily.
Absolutely. It cemented the idea that absence, even for legitimate real-life reasons, can absolutely ruin a fictional relationship. Lily paid a steep price for that last clumsy exit.
Which brings us to the current situation with Kane. The relationship, or the potential for one, is already sensitive. What is the current lane dynamic right now? Before her departure hits the airways, where do they stand?
Right now, Lily is technically single, which is maybe a small silver lining. She doesn't have a Daniel-Heather situation already brewing.
Okay, good point.
But Kane sure wants her back in his life. He's making it pretty clear.
He's been trying for a while now. Yeah. The sources describe Lily as having softened on him a little, meaning a reconciliation, which fans have rooted for forever, is tantalizingly close. You can almost taste it.
But the clock is running out. That's the kicker.
Precisely. The show knows they don't have enough time left to execute a full, satisfying reconciliation before Christelle needs to take leave.
So close, yet so far.
Exactly. So instead of reuniting them, they have to craft a new cover story to explain Lily's absence. And this time, it's predicted to be much more dramatic and far more focused on enabling Kane's next plot arc.
Okay, this is a perfect point to move from the real-life constraints to the necessary fictional hook. What is the predicted in-universe reason for Lily's current departure? And how does it specifically set up Kane's upcoming chaos?
The prediction is that Lily might exit Genoa City specifically to get away from Kane, essentially putting some distance between them.
Ooh, okay, that's different.
And also to be with their kids. This feels like a far stronger dramatic device than a wildfire near a boarding school.
Definitely more personal.
By making her leave about needing space from him, it justifies Kane's imminent emotional void and his search for comfort or distraction or whatever he ends up looking for.
That's a key insight.
Yeah.
Her departure is framed as a direct consequence of their complicated relationship,
Right.
thus providing a lengthy time away where Kane is forced to look elsewhere. The goal isn't just to explain her absence, but to provide the motivation for Kane's future relationship entanglements.
It's a clean slate for him, essentially. The show needs him unattached and emotionally vulnerable for a specific amount of time, maybe 6 months or more. And Lily's exit provides the perfect dramatic pretext.
The stage is set.
That void is now open, and we know exactly who is poised to step into it, according to our sources.
Her absence creates a vacuum, and Kane, looking for comfort, is about to trip and fall into the arms of a few different women. Let's get into those options. #tag33. Kane Ashby's 3 romantic options in Lily's absence.
That is the ultimate thesis derived from these sources. With Lily gone and Kane feeling rejected or lonely, he will be actively looking for comfort, affection, and maybe even love.
Or maybe just something.
Exactly. The entire storyline is designed to allow him to heat up with someone new or someone he is already closely involved with. This is where the story possibilities get explosive, and the writers have 3 very different paths lined up.
All right, let's start with the one that feels the most complicated, the most chaotic, and arguably the most compelling based on recent events. Phyllis Summers.
Yes.
The forces immediately point to her, suggesting their chemistry has been building for months.
The connection between Kane and Phyllis is already established, built on a foundation of mutual attraction and high-level corporate deviance.
Huh. That's a good way to put it. Phyllis was interested in Kane even when he was operating under that totally fake identity, the legendary Aristotle Dumas.
Right, the mystery man. Yeah. Once Kane revealed his true self in France, Phyllis became completely all about Kane. She sees him as a strategic partner and clearly a desirable romantic prospect. She's not exactly subtle about it.
Their dynamic is fantastic, but volatile. The sources describe their interactions as a constant back and forth, a blend of flirting and infuriating each other. That mix is dynamite in a soap opera.
It is the definition of a dramatic relationship. She has been flirty with him from the start, determined to work for him and get close. They have a definite spark, but they've been held back by the sheer complexity of their business dealings.
And maybe a little bit of mutual suspicion.
Oh, definitely. But the sources are confident, however, that the tension is so high it is only a matter of time before they get physical.
Okay, but the sheer chemistry isn't always enough to push 2 characters like this over the edge.
Yeah.
What is the dramatic catalyst that turns this playful antagonism into full-blown passion? It sounds like it revolves around a multi-million-dollar corporate espionage plot involving a stolen AI.
You hit the nail on the head. This romance, if it happens, will be forged not in soft feelings, but in high-stakes crime. We know that Phyllis stole Kane's proprietary AI program, his life's work, basically.
The thing he built is Aristotle Dumas.
Exactly. Stole it and immediately handed it over to the most notorious villain in Genoa City, Victor Newman.
Of course, Victor.
Victor's plan is ruthless.
Yeah.
He intends to use the power of the AI to completely dismantle and destroy Jack Abbott's company, Jabot.
His lifelong rival.
And then reward Phyllis by handing her the keys to the kingdom, giving her Jabot.
Yeah. Okay. So Kane has been the unwitting weapon in a war between Newman and Abbott, orchestrated by Phyllis. That's a major betrayal. Why would Kane ever want to sleep with the woman who betrayed him like that?
Because Kane, always being the strategist, built an escape hatch. The sources stress that Kane built a secret back door into the AI program.
Ah, the back door. I remember that.
Giving him secret control over the technology even after it was stolen. Kane is not passive. He's waiting to see how this plays out, and this leads us to the spectacular speculation about Phyllis's loyalty. Or lack thereof.
The double cross that would make Victor Newman choke on his breakfast? Is that what we're talking about?
Exactly. That's the running theory, that Phyllis is not going to let Victor win. She may use that back door, which Kane designed, to her advantage.
No.
She might allow Victor to think he's successfully attacking Jabba, let him get right to the brink. But at the last possible second, she secretly redirects the AI to aim its destructive power at Newman Enterprises instead.
No, that is epic. I love the idea of Phyllis being that audacious, using Kane's weapon to take down Victor, who is supposedly her ally.
It's totally Phyllis.
And I remember Kane had a similar goal recently, didn't he? Trying to use the AI against Billy Abbott, so he appreciates that kind of move.
It definitely tracks with his prior schemes. Kane loves sophisticated, subtle revenge. If Phyllis pulls off this magnificent, complex, double-cross crippling the formidable Victor Newman using Kane's own tech,
yeah,
Kane would be more than just happy. He would be super impressed by her sheer audacity, her brilliance, and probably delighted that Victor received such a massive karmic slap.
Okay, I can see it now. So the spark that ignites their passion isn't love. It's shared brilliance, mutual respect for high-level scheming, and the thrill of getting away with the biggest corporate crime of the year.
Exactly.
That shared adrenaline-fueled deviance could absolutely lead to them collapsing into bed. It's a fiery, temporary romance born of betrayal and victory.
Ew.
Wow. Okay, that's option one. What about option two? Audra Charles.
Our next option is Audra Charles, and this is a pairing the sources note is more surprising because, honestly, she hasn't really been on Kane's romantic radar before.
Not at all, really.
But their foundation is immediate. Shared misery and the status of being a town outcast.
Okay, explain that. Audra is currently single, since Nate Hastings dumped her, which is a key requirement for this plot, obviously.
Right, she's available.
What defines their common ground beyond just being single?
Their identity as town pariahs. Audra is hated because of her relentless manipulation, lack of ethics, her tendency to leap from one corporate scheme to the next, often leaving a trail of broken professional and personal promises. She burns bridges like it's her job.
Yeah, she's not exactly popular.
And Kane, while generally a fan favorite historically, has recently been involved in deep corporate shadier dealings, like the whole Aristotle Dumas facade, which damaged his reputation severely.
True.
They both know what it feels like to walk into a room and feel the judgment of Genoa City's elite. That cold shoulder.
That's a powerful foundation for connection. Emotional isolation. Like, hey, everyone hates us, let's hang out.
Pretty much. And the sources confirm the physical attraction is there, describing Kane as hot and Audra as a total babe.
Well, that helps.
The physical chemistry is confirmed. Audra actually admitted while they were both in France that she finds Kane hot. So the pieces are assembled. They just need a trigger.
Okay, so how does the relationship transition from commiseration to romance? From sharing woes to something more?
The prediction is that Kane could initially turn to Audra for comfort, commiserating about being disliked or hated in town, you know, finding a sympathetic ear in someone who gets it.
Misery loves company.
Exactly. But there's a professional vulnerability that might push them together faster. Audra's career, or potential lack thereof.
She is currently working at Abbott Communications, but that endeavor seems extremely volatile. It's brand new.
It is. The sources point out that the new company, run by Sally Spectre and Billy Abbott, is a long shot to succeed. It's got challenges.
Okay.
Furthermore, given Audra's history, there's a real possibility that Billy Abbott, who is protective of his family and reputation, might convince Sally to exclude Audra completely once the company launches, or if it hits turbulence.
Billy definitely doesn't trust her.
Not even a little bit. So if Audra is professionally vulnerable and suddenly job searching, where does she turn?
To someone who might understand her ambition? Maybe overlook her past? Kane?
She turns to Kane for a job. A boss-employee dynamic fueled by shared outcast status and professional despair is a classic soap recipe for romance.
True.
Kane needs someone who validates his feelings of being misunderstood, and Audra needs stability and a powerful ally. This pairing would be risky for Kane's reputation, definitely.
Hugely risky.
But it would provide immediate, high-octane distraction from missing Lily.
Wait, I have to challenge this. If Kane is desperately trying to win Lily back when she returns, wouldn't linking up with Audra, a known town troublemaker, damage his chances of ever achieving that reunion? Isn't this an act of self-sabotage?
That's the brilliant dramatic tension of this option. You nailed it. It is self-sabotage.
Okay.
But when a character is heartbroken and lonely, especially when they feel responsible for the ex-wife leaving, they often seek comfort with the exact person who will require zero ethical standards. Audra represents pure, uncomplicated desire and a shared sense of victimhood. It's the ultimate rebound choice, risking future reconciliation for immediate solace. It's messy, but soaps love messy.
Messy indeed.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Audra, the pariah pairing. What's the third option? It feels like it has to be different from those two.
It is. Our third option brings us to Amanda Sinclair, a character with deep existing history with Kane, but on a much more platonic level.
Right, his lawyer and friend.
Exactly. This foundation is built entirely on trust and friendship, which is a stark contrast to the chaos offered by Phyllis or Audra.
Absolutely. Amanda has served as Kane's close friend, confidant, and lawyer for several years now. This is a relationship rooted in mutual respect.
Deep respect. Amanda already knows all the complexity of Kane's business, all his shady deals, his emotional turmoil, and the sources make it clear she won't judge him because she never has before. They share a really, really strong friendship.
Okay, that's a solid base. The sources acknowledge the obvious physical appeal. They are both described as gorgeous, but they also note the elephant in the room. the noticeable lack of romantic chemistry previously.
That's true. There haven't been those overt sparks like with Phyllis. And the lack of overt dramatic chemistry is usually attributed to the simple fact that Amanda has not been around much recently.
We haven't seen her much.
Right. Michelle Morgan hasn't been on screen as much, so the writers haven't had the chance to develop it. This is a crucial point for the deep dive. The writers often deliberately suppress or ignore physical chemistry when building a deep platonic foundation, only to weaponize it when a plot void appears. Like now.
So Lily's exit isn't just a plot point for Kane. It's an opportunity to bring Amanda back into the spotlight and maybe develop this latent romantic potential.
Precisely. Lily's absence creates a character void, and Amanda is the perfect, stable, non-judgmental presence to fill it. She could naturally become Kane's main confidant during this time.
And they're both available.
They are both single, too. Amanda suffered a profound heartbreak when Devin Hamilton did her dirty by cheating with Abby Newman.
Right, that was rough.
So they are both dealing with the sting of complicated, failed relationships. Shared experience again, but different from the pariah angle with Audra.
More like shared heartbreak. So why do the sources argue that they would be a perfect match, despite the lack of initial fireworks?
Because of trust. That's the key word here.
Yeah.
They're already close. They know everything about each other, which means there are no secrets there.
That's huge.
For Kane, who has spent the last year lying about his identity and dealing with corporate betrayal, that kind of stability and honesty is incredibly appealing. The argument is that friendship, when based on such deep mutual respect and honesty, can easily be the strongest foundation for romance.
It requires Kane to choose stability and emotional depth over the explosive chaos of Phyllis or the desperate comfort of Audra. It's the less flashy choice, maybe.
Definitely less flashy. What is the risk associated with this pairing?
Good question. Is there a downside?
The risk is sacrificing that precious platonic bond. If they try romance and it fails, Kane loses the one person who truly understands him without judgment. That's a big loss.
Yeah, that friendship is valuable.
However, the sources suggest that both Amanda and Kane certainly need romance in their lives, and this option provides the most long-term, least damaging pathway, potentially. It's the grown-up choice.
So, Kane has 3 incredibly distinct pathways for the next 6 months or so. Explosive passion driven by shared crime with Phyllis, volatile comfort born of mutual pariah status with Audra, or stable, quiet love evolving from deep friendship with Amanda.
That provides the writers with maximum narrative flexibility. 3 very different stories they can tell. #Tag 5e, the inevitable return, and final stakes.
But regardless of which path Kane chooses, Phyllis, Audra, or Amanda, the core premise remains. Christelle Khalil's maternity leave is temporary.
Exactly. This isn't a permanent exit.
Lily Winters will eventually return to Genoa City, and that return is the ultimate payoff for all the chaos we just outlined. That's when things really get interesting.
And that return acts as the dramatic detonator for whatever Kane has been building in her absence. Boom.
So what do the sources predict happens then, when Lily walks back in?
Absolutely. The sources are very clear on the stakes for the interim romance, whichever one it turns out to be, even if Kane has truly fallen for Phyllis, Audra, or Amanda.
Yeah.
The prediction is brutally straightforward. Kane might dump that woman immediately if Lily decides, upon her return, that she is willing to give him that second chance he's been hoping for.
Wow. That is harsh. It means the interim romance is purely a narrative device to create pain and test Kane.
Pretty much.
The woman he gets involved with, whoever she is essentially destined to be the casualty of the Lane reunion attempt. Collateral damage.
That is the ultimate synthesis from these sources. This entire logistical structure, the rushed exit, the 4-week delay, the timing for February sweeps, is a classic soap opera dramatic device.
It's all engineered.
It's designed specifically to disrupt Kane's life, create maximum conflict, and ensure that when Lily finally comes back, she is faced with an immediate high-stakes choice and probably a lot of heartbreak.
Right. Lily won't just be deciding whether to get back with Kane. She'll be judging what Kane became in her absence.
Precisely.
If he chose Phyllis, she walks into corporate chaos and betrayal. If he chose Audra, she walks into a town scandal and someone she likely despises. If he chose Amanda, she walks into a difficult, potentially friendship-ending confrontation with her deepest platonic friend. None of those are easy scenarios.
No good options for Lily there, really. The pain of the interim relationship will not only be felt by the woman Kane leaves behind, but will deeply impact the possibility of reconciliation with Lily.
It's a huge test.
It tests the resilience of Lane by forcing Kane to demonstrate his true priorities when lonely and desperate. Did he seek stability, or did he succumb to chaos? That answer will define his future with Lily.
And that is what a great deep dive into the daytime drama provides. The full, complicated framework connecting real-life necessity to explosive fictional payoffs. It's fascinating stuff. We started this journey with a fun Halloween video of the Young and the Restless cast doing the Thriller dance, which is still amazing to picture.
Suppose.
And we ended up dissecting a potential plot where a stolen AI program could double-cross Victor Newman, leading to a fiery corporate romance with Phyllis. It's truly a testament to the interconnected chaos of Genoa City, all stemming from a very happy maternity leave announcement.
It really highlights the brilliance, or maybe the craftiness, of the soap writers.
Yeah.
Turning a necessary hiatus into a dramatic crucible for the characters left behind.
Yeah.
Lily's absence has opened the door for 3 incredibly distinct potential arcs for Kane, each one promising maximum drama, heartbreak, or revenge upon her return.
So here is the provocative thought for you, the listener, to chew on. Given Lily's painful history, that her last hiatus with Daniel ended because he got too close to Heather Stevens while she was gone.
Right, that precedent we talked about.
What kind of lasting, potentially unforgivable damage will Kane's temporary romance inflict on the possibility of a permanent Lane reunion? If he chooses the volatile path with Phyllis or Audra, will Lily forgive that dramatic lapse in judgment? Or will the short-term comfort he seeks inevitably ruin the long-term love she may eventually offer? What stands out to you?
An excellent question to leave things on. Kane's choice now defines not just his next few months, but potentially the ultimate fate of one of the show's most enduring relationships. It's high stakes.
It really is. Thank you for sharing these sources and allowing us to dive so deep into the world of Genoa City. Fascinating as always.
My pleasure. Always fun to unpack the drama.
We'll catch you on the next deep dive.